You have a journal and you have a pen. You've been told to write down your goals, to practice gratitude, to list your affirmations. And yet, you are still stuck. That promotion still eludes you. The same fight with your partner erupts like clockwork. That same feeling of quiet desperation still greets you in the morning mirror. So you search for a deeper tool, a sharper weapon, and you find a term, shadow work. You come here looking for a how-to guide, 5 prompts to finally diagnose the hidden flaw, the secret bug in your programming, so you can cut it out and get on with your life. That is the illusion. And that illusion is the very architecture of your prison. The truth is this: the part of you that you want to kill is the only part that can save you. Your self-sabotage is not a flaw in your character. It is a distress signal, a coded message from a part of your own power that you have locked away in a dungeon. You think you need a guide on how to kill a monster. What you actually need is a guide on how to negotiate a reunion with a king. Stay with me, because tonight you don't just start a journal, you begin an extraction. Let's start with a simple diagnosis. Think of the man you despise, not a historical villain, but someone you know, a colleague, a rival, maybe even a friend. What is it about him that repulses you? Is it his arrogance? The way he commands attention, certain of his own value? Is it his weakness? The way he placates and people pleases, desperate for approval? Is it his laziness? His infuriating refusal to apply himself, to live up to his potential? Is it his aggression? The raw, untamed force that feels dangerous and unpredictable. Feel that judgment, that hot, satisfying certainty of your own superiority. Now, here is the first difficult truth. That feeling is a confession. The qualities you find most intolerable in other men are the direct inverse of the qualities you were forced to exile from yourself. You hate the arrogant man because your own ambition was shamed out of you. You were taught to be humble, to play small, and now his unapologetic self-belief feels like a personal attack. You despise the people pleaser because your own vulnerability was punished. You were taught that boys don't cry, so his emotional openness registers as a weakness you cannot afford. Every finger you point at the world is a tombstone marking a part of you that you were forced to bury alive. This is the beginning of shadow work, not looking for a monster in you, but recognizing the parts of you that you have monstrously cast out. You weren't born incomplete. You were conditioned into it. To understand this, we need a metaphor, not a soft, poetic image, but a brutal piece of psychological machinery. Imagine your psyche as a kingdom destined to be ruled by 2 royal brothers. One is the light brother. He is everything society applauds. He is compliant, rational, respectable, and good. He is the one you present to the world, the one who gets good grades, who follows the rules, who says please and thank you. The other is the dark brother, our central metaphor, the exiled brother. He is your raw, untamed power, your aggression, your ambition, your righteous anger, your unfiltered creativity, your sexual energy. He is the life force, unconcerned with politeness. As a boy, you were a unified kingdom. Both brothers ruled together. Your ambition and your compliance were one. But then, your parents, your teachers, society, they saw the dark brother and they were afraid. They told you he was too much, too loud, too angry, too selfish. They called him bad. And you, wanting to survive, wanting their approval, made a choice. You betrayed him. You drove him out of the castle gates and into the wilderness of your unconscious mind. You left him for dead. And so the light brother ruled alone. Your kingdom became safe, predictable, sterile. You became a good man. But a kingdom with only one king is only half a kingdom, and a man with only his good side is only half a man. Meanwhile, what of the exiled brother? He didn't die in the wilderness. He festered. His ambition, without purpose, curdled into bitter envy. His aggression, without direction, turned into destructive rage. His creativity, without an outlet, became chaos. Your self-sabotage, that sudden inexplicable rage, that bout of procrastination, that porn addiction you can't shake, that is not a flaw. That is him rattling the gates, burning down the villages of your life, trying to get your attention. He's reminding you that you cannot have a kingdom by ignoring half its territory and its rightful king. Now, the unspoken objection arises. You think, but my anger is destructive. My ambition does make me an asshole. Am I just supposed to unleash this monster? This is the fear that keeps you a half-man. Integration is not indulgence. You don't invite the exiled brother back to let him burn down the throne room. You invite him back to give him a seat at the council table. You take his raw, feral power and you give it a noble purpose. His raw aggression becomes the unwavering force that defends your boundaries. His selfish ambition becomes the engine that builds your empire. His rage becomes the fuel for righteous change. You don't need to kill him. You need to give him a job. This is where the pen meets the paper. This is the practical how-to you came for. But you now understand we are not writing a diary entry. We are drafting a diplomatic treaty with a powerful and rightfully angry foreign power. This is a 3-step process. Do it tonight. Do not do this in a noisy cafe or on your phone. Go to a quiet room, turn off the devices, pour a glass of water or whiskey, light a candle if you must. This is not about aesthetics, it is about ritual. You are signaling to the deepest parts of your mind that this is not trivial. You are entering sacred space. You are showing respect. You are acknowledging that the being you are about to contact is worthy of it. Open the journal. This is the negotiation table. You will write the date, and then you will write the following 5 prompts, one by one. You will answer them with brutal, unflinching honesty. No one will ever see this. Do not write for an audience. Write in blood. Prompt 1. What quality in other men triggers my immediate contempt? And where in my own life was I punished for displaying that very quality? Prompt 2. If my anxiety, anger, fear had a voice, what is the one sentence it would scream at me? Prompt 3. What desire am I most ashamed of? What would I do if I knew I could not fail and would not be judged? Prompt 4. Write a letter of apology to the part of myself I have neglected and betrayed. What did I sacrifice in order to be good and accepted? Prompt 5. What is one small, immediate action my exiled brother is demanding I take? Set a boundary, say no, pursue a dormant passion. After you have written, do not close the book and move on. Close your eyes, sit in the silence for 5 minutes. And here is the most crucial part. The exiled brother will not respond in a voice. He will respond in feeling. You will feel discomfort. shame, grief, rage. Do not run from it. This is the entire point. That feeling is the communication. It is the first time in years he has been allowed in the room. Let him speak. Your only job is to listen without judgment. And a warning. This will not be easy. This is not a one-time fix. This is the beginning of a long, arduous peace process. He will test you. He will not trust you at first. You must show up to the table night after night. So, what is the point of all this pain? What happens when the treaty is signed and the exiled brother finally comes home? This is not a transformation into a perfect, flawless being. That is the fantasy of the half-man. This is a transformation into a whole man. The after state is not an idea. It is a felt sense. It is the death of hesitation. The constant internal debate of what should I do dies and is replaced by a quiet, grounded knowing. It is the end of being a stranger to yourself. You no longer feel like a fraud because the you present to the world and the you who rules your inner kingdom are finally one and the same. The felt sense of integration is this. Your people-pleasing compliance doesn't vanish, but it is now tempered by your brother's aggression, and it becomes conscious compassion, not fearful submission. You can be kind, but you're no longer nice. Your fear of conflict doesn't disappear, but it is now informed by your brother's righteous anger, and it becomes the wisdom to know which battles are worth fighting. Your ambition is no longer a source of shame. It is the engine of your purpose, wielded with the wisdom of both kings. You don't lose the light, you gain the darkness, and in doing so, you become complete. You stop living your life like an apology. You begin to occupy the full space of your existence, unapologetically. This is the work. The journal is on the table. The pen is in your hand. Your brother has been waiting in the wilderness for a very long time. It's time to bring him home.